Growing up in California, we were all taught about the California Gold Rush and the many people who made a name for themselves at that time. Some names that come to mind are Levi Strauss, who founded Levi Strauss & Company, the business responsible for inventing jeans. Another important figure is a man named Samuel Clemens, also known as Mark Twain, who is responsible for the creation of Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. Basically, your high school fashion and your high school English curriculum both owe their existences to the California Gold Rush. Henry Wells and William Fargo are on that list too, as the men who founded American Express also hoped to bring that business model to California in the form of Wells Fargo. Today, Wells Fargo is a mid-tier bank that has been around for some time now, with 3 relatively new credit cards on the market. While technically not new to the credit card space, this new lineup shows a newfound desire for them to start giving a crap about it. What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into today's video, it would be a huge help for me if you can like this video down below, subscribe, and turn on notifications. In today's video, I'm going to discuss the Wells Fargo credit card lineup. I won't be discussing co-branded cards like the Hotels.com card and the Bilt card. Those will be for a separate video. The cards I will discuss today are the Reflect, Autograph, and Active Cash card, which currently make up the entirety of Wells Fargo's credit card offerings. Let's start off with the Wells Fargo Reflect. This card comes with an intro APR of 0% for the first 21 months on purchases and balance transfers, making this a useful card to help anyone who needs to make a huge purchase but doesn't want to pay interest, or anyone that needs to get out of credit card debt. And I've spoken a lot about credit card debt when covering other balance transfer cards. To be brief, if you are in credit card debt, you need to get out of credit card debt right away. You're not getting any free stuff if you're still paying interest. This card also comes with $600 of cell phone protection against damage or theft when you pay your monthly cell phone bill with this card, and this is subject to a $25 deductible. You also gain access to a 24/7 on-demand referral dispatch network that provides emergency roadside assistance, towing, or locksmith services when you need them. And overall, this is not a bad card. It offers many of the same benefits as other balance transfer cards from competing banks. And in the realm of balance transfer cards, they're really more or less the same. It doesn't really matter which one you get, and this is because you should either cancel them or product change them at the end of the 0 APR period. However, speaking of a product change, I think the next card would be a good choice to product change to if that were an option for you. The Wells Fargo Active Cash card. This card's main feature is its 2% cashback rewards on all spending. In addition, this card also gives you $600 of cell phone protection against damage or theft, similar to the Wells Fargo Reflect card. And beyond that, there isn't too much to say about this card. It's simple, and that's a good thing. And I'm going to spend a little bit more time talking about the Autograph card, because this one has the most packed features. The Wells Fargo Autograph card is Wells Fargo's travel card, and this one gets you 3x back on a lot of your daily spend categories. You get 3x back on travel, including hotels, rental cars, and airlines. You get 3x back on transit, including buses, trains, tolls, and parking. You get 3x back on gas and vehicle charging stations, and 3x on dining, including fast food, deliveries, and restaurants. You also get 3x back on phone plans and 3x back on streaming services. You may have noticed I've been saying 3x, and that's because this card earns you Wells Fargo points. These points are worth 1 cent per point, flat value. You can't transfer them to any transfer partners, although we'll talk about that in a little bit later. This card has no foreign transaction fees. And just like the other two, you get $600 of cell phone protection against damage or theft when you pay your monthly cell phone bill with this card, subject to a $25 deductible. You also get secondary rental car collision damage waiver and emergency roadside dispatch, similar to the Reflect card. And this is an incredible card that offers a lot of value to anyone looking to have a travel card without an annual fee. As you may have noticed, Wells Fargo's credit card lineup is a bit slim. Other credit card issuers tend to have a handful of no annual fee cards in addition to their more premium lineup. But for Wells Fargo, this is it. This kind of makes me wonder, what's next? And in my opinion, Wells Fargo appears to be positioning its card lineup to compete with the likes of Chase and Citi. Its Active Cash card, despite being marketed as a cashback card, also technically earns its rewards in the form of Wells Fargo Rewards points. And Wells Fargo also has a Wells Fargo Rewards travel portal. So when looking at the Wells Fargo card lineup, I can't help but to notice that there's an opportunity for a few future cards. The first is a 5x card similar to the Chase Freedom Flex or the Citi Custom Cash. Basically a card that will earn 5x back on a particular category. The next is a $95 annual fee card that unlocks transfer partners in addition to other benefits like trip cancellation insurance, primary rental CDW, something along the lines of the Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Citi Premier card. The third is a $400 to $500 annual fee Visa Infinite card that gives you transfer partners, but also comes with a multitude of benefits to offset the annual fee, something with Priority Pass access and other things like that. Basically to compete with the Chase Sapphire Reserve or the Venture X. And who knows, maybe the 5X card could take the form of the $95 or the $450 annual fee card. And for these last two cards, I almost see it as inevitable that Wells Fargo is trying to build to them, but we'll see how well they can execute on that. But essentially it looks like they might be building to a Wells Fargo trifecta, including some new card, the Wells Fargo autograph, and the Wells Fargo Active Cash. And if that were the case, would you ever consider a Wells Fargo trifecta, or are they too late in the game to be successful? Let me know in the comments down below. Until next time, I'm gonna go out there and get some free stuff.